Hello, I'm Benson and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a dash cam, and this is from GKU and the model number is D700. I've seen a lot of this review video on the internet already, so it's not a new product. GKU reached out to me saying that, oh, I like your previous video on other dash cam, can you make one for us? I say, yeah, of course, but in the condition that they can't have any influence over my review. So this is an unscripted video like all my other video. All I'm going to do is unboxing, show you what this machine can and cannot do. Especially with dash camera, the quality varies in a different brand. So you guys can see in 4K. I'm going to install it in my car first to show you guys, and then I'm going to uninstall it and give it to one of my friends who's looking for a dash cam. Here in the UK it's £109. I think in US it's about $100. But they always have on-screen vouchers, so you know I'll be expecting anyone to pay around £70 for a dash cam like this. Obviously, if you have the money, you can spend a couple of $100 on a very nice dash cam. But for this price range, this is like a minefield out there. So hopefully you can see the real life footage when I drive around the neighborhood and show you guys what this camera can and cannot do. I will put a link in the description. I do get a bit of money if you do buy it off the link, but that's not the point. I'm not selling the product. I just want to showcase what it can and can't do. The reason why you see a red box here is because they also want me to test out the parking function. So basically this one here is a power supply. And the way it works is you connect this to your car battery and it will sense how much voltage you have left on your battery so it doesn't drain it. Imagine if you have a camera attached to your car battery continuously running, eventually your car battery won't start anymore. So this one here actually prevents that from happening. So reason for getting a dash cam, there's loads of reasons for it. Hopefully it's not the reason for catching yourself out. So make sure drive safely. You know, if you are going to speeding, then you know this can be a record against you in court. But at the same time, there are so many dodgy things going on at the moment. People jump out of the path of your car and try to claim injury and stuff like that. That's quite common in other countries. In UK, there are these kind of things called flash and I don't know what's the word now. Basically, they flash the headlights so you think that, oh, they're letting you through, but as soon as you step on the gas and they come and bang into you. Let's hope this is one of the devices that you buy in store and you never have to worry about using it at all. It does tell you a couple of functions. So this one is a 4K only in the front. I think it's 1080p at the back. So in the front is 170-degree view angle. At the rear is 150. So one of the things that the dashcam company don't usually tell you is the frame rate of your footage. I record at 4K 30 frames per second, and then I upload at 25 frames per second, and that gives you kind of a quite smooth motion. So if I wave my hand around, it should be quite smooth. But some of the cheaper tech, for example, if they try to save money, the chipset in the monitor will be lower and they won't be able to keep up with the 25 frames per second or 30 frames per second. So effectively they skip the frames, or they use a cheaper sensor and then just use software to expand it into 4K, so it's not really a real 4K. And they also come with 64 GB of memory, so it should work out of the box. The box, they didn't skimp on packaging. It is quite a good box, but it goes straight in the bin. In here is the instruction booklet. It's colored and it has nice color picture as well. Or the new SD card required to be formatted in the app, please go to. So yeah, they proofread the English as well, which is the first thing that I usually look for in any product. So you got a couple of plastic film here. So this is quite popular in the last few years. So you stick it onto your windscreen first and then you stick the camera on. So it's easier to clean up if you do need to remove it, which is good because I'm going to install in my car first and then I need to remove it later on to give it to my friend. Now this is the main unit itself, and you can see in comparison my hand size here, it fits in the palm of my hand. Alright, so pretty standard looking, which is what I always look for. I don't want it to be too bulky. I usually want to hide it behind or in front of the rear mirror so I don't actually see it. I don't want to distract my driving. You can adjust the up and down, but as usual you can't turn it sideways, so I guess you try to mount it right in the middle of your windscreen. You got mic on the bottom here. You got SD card already installed on the side. Type-C, USB port, and AV port. Now, AV port is usually for the rear camera. It won't switch on at the moment. And at the back is the touch screen, which I'm going to demonstrate all the function later on. Let's take them all out first, and then I'll go through them one by one. You got a little handy tool here. This is quite useful when you need to hide the wire behind the trim and pillar. You got your cigarette socket power supply. So this is pretty standard in most of the dash cam on the market. Newer cars, they usually have a USB port already, but I don't know, does anyone still smoke in the car? I think that was one of the questions I asked my wife this morning. So you plug that in, and then this side go into the side of the camera. And they also have a bypass port on the top here, so if you still want to charge your phone, you still can do that. You got a couple of sticky pad here, which is good. Sometimes you install it and you find that, you know, maybe not the best view angle, so you might want to move that, and it comes with some extra. So you got 2 of the windscreen protector, and then you got 2 of the sticky tape. So that's a nice touch. I haven't seen this before, but this is actually a cable holder. So you got double-sided tape on one side, and you place the clip on where you want to run the wire, and then you run it through. So this will be good for your windscreen at the back. And in this bag here is your rear camera. It doesn't look waterproof to me, so I guess this will be something that you will install on the inside of your car, looking through the rear window, and it should be at least like 3 or 4 meters, because from the front where you mount your camera, it has to route all the way through the footwell to the back, and that's about it. So, you know, it's not difficult, but in some cases you might want to get a friend to install it for you or bring it to a garage. I usually do all my own car stuff, so that is what I'm going to do. One of the tips that I'll give you guys is that never install it straight away. Always test it first to make sure it works. You don't want to like start sticking things down, doing all the trim work, hiding all the cable, then you find out that actually it doesn't turn on. Not that I don't have faith in this company, but you never know with electronic stuff. That's why I always buy from Amazon if it is a brand that I don't know, so that they have easy return. I also want to download the app because you can use app control as well. So I want to have everything ready before I install it in the car. This is my little power station. So I'm going to put that in the power socket and go into the Type-C port here. Imagine this is upside down. So this one is to go on the side. And then the rear camera have one of these like an old style 35mm plug, I think. And then it goes into the AV port. Okay, so I am ready to switch this on. Give it power. So as soon as the power goes in, it will switch it on, just like you turn your key in your car. It looks like it's never been set up before, so it's asking me for language. So I'll go with English. Oh, you can set time as well. GMT, we are GMT 0 because we are in London. Wow, it's really sensitive. So because I'm shaking the camera around, it thinks that I'm in an accident. So it's now locked that recording footage, so you can't delete it by accident. So let's download the app and test it out. So you need the app which is called GKU Go. And when I scan the QR code, it takes me to App Store. And I'm going to download it now. And guys, I'm just doing exactly what you guys will be doing when you buy a unit. So download the app. It asks me to add camera. It doesn't ask me to register though. Most of these companies might want us to install. So once you download the app to connect to the camera, all you need to do is join the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi will be GKU D700. And that's it. It says no internet connection, but that's fine. So now go back to the app. Allowed, add camera. So now it connected to the D700. Is that easy? So just now was the front camera, and now this is the rear camera. And it shows that it is actually recording right now. Just now that you've seen that I tried to use the touch screen, but it's quite sensitive. So I find it a lot easier to use on my phone because the font is a lot bigger. So you got sound recording, boot tone, boot voice. Let's switch off the boot voice because I don't like it to remind me that it's on all the time. A video resolution is 4K plus 1080p. If you click on it, you can actually switch it. If you click on it, you can actually switch it down, although I don't see any reason to. Loop records options is 1 minute. Now I personally like the bigger file, so I do 5 minutes. So basically it won't record like an hour of footage. at a time. It will record in segments. So the really cheap camera, what they do is you record, it stop, and then it start again, but they have a little gap in between, so you lose that 1 second of footage. So I usually do 5 minutes just to make sure the clips are longer, so there is less gap in between a long footage. But we'll check if they actually skip that as well. Anti-flicker, that depends on your light setting and all that. Doesn't really matter to me, but there's a lot of other options that you can play with. So timestamp, that is if you want the time to be showing on your footage. GPS coordinate, so this one has GPS built in. Speed watermark, you want your speed to be on show on the footage. Rear mirror, rear flip, 24 hours time, GPS data, 5G Wi-Fi. So actually this is quite important. I don't think this is mentioned enough in the video, other videos. So this one can connect to your 5G Wi-Fi on your phone, and that is very important if you need to download footage from your phone to that, because 5G is a lot faster. Collision sensing, so just now I shake the camera around, they think that we have a collision, and then it locks the file, so you can change it to how strong that you want to lock the file. The thing with this is once you install, usually you forget about it, but if it keeps thinking that you have accidents and keep locking the file, eventually you run out of space because you can't override those video. But I'm going to leave it as it is for now. Automatic screen off time, this is important. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to turn automatic screen off time to off, so that it stay on permanently, because I want to be able to show you guys in the car when it's recording and all that. But a lot of time, even the one that I have in my car right now, I have it on, I think 3 minutes turn off, because I don't like it to be distracting my driving. Speed unit, you can have it in kilometers or miles per hour. I'm in the UK, so I'm going to change it to miles per hour. Driving fatigue, so this one here I think is an alarm. You can set like 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Lorry driver might use them, but for me I only do school runs anyway, so I won't be driving hours on end. Screen brightness, that is quite self-explanatory. And then factory reset and format, so I'll be using that function when I pass this on to my friend. Let me explain to you about the hardwiring kit. So this is for parking monitor mode. So basically you got a little power box here, which is now connected to the 12 volt battery, which consider this to be your car battery. The yellow line is the permanent life. The red line is the accessory line, which means that only turn on when the ignition is on. If you imagine that now the ignition is on, therefore there is power coming from both the red line and the yellow line, and your dash camera is turned on. Now if we turn the ignition off by disconnecting the red wire, the camera turns off, knowing that you just switch off your car. Now, normally, if you use a cigarette lighter to power this, there's no way that there is any more power coming through. But because this is a power hardwiring kit, it's actually getting power from the yellow line into the box. So there is power to the camera. So this is what we call a parking mode. Now, if you slam the door or someone get into your car, then what will happen is, as long as there's a knock, the camera turns on and it will start recording. So when you're parked up, if there's anything happen, this is quite useful. And this one actually will sense how much battery life there is left. For our normal 12 volt battery, if it drops to I think 11.1, then it will stop the power altogether, so it doesn't drain the battery completely. Now until you turn on the power again, you turn the key, it gives it power, it doesn't matter because it's still powering up. But if you cut the power again, same thing happens again, it switches off. So you stop it from activating all the time. So this is what you call a parking monitor mode.
Road ahead, lights flashing bright, testing cams both day and night. Will it catch what's left behind, or leave you guessing lost and blind? Budget by your premium ride, side by side, let's check inside. Can you see that license plate, or is the footage second rate? Is it any good? You decide. Blurry mess or crystallized, GPS, does it track you right? The nighttime roads, can you see the light? Mounted easy or a mess of wires? Crash ahead, was it in frame? Will this cam protect your name? Wide angle view.
Okay, so now we go for a little test drive. The front is recording at 4K, the back is 1080 or 1080p. Let's start with a slow drive in my neighborhood. The speed is being recorded on the system, so I'm not going to go speeding or anything like that. This is the part that I usually do my I Spy with my little eyes. Oh, that's not a funny joke though. Anyway, I Spy with my little eyes. Number plate J33. I've been doing it for a few years now, and you know, there's one thing which always come up is like, you know, people not from London or people not from the UK is commenting like, why are people driving with, like, you know, the car facing a certain way. In the UK, we don't really care how you park your car. You can park it like, you know, any way on your drive. You can be pointing inwards, you can pointing outwards. It doesn't really matter. I think it's an American thing actually. Today is a really nice day, so now we are in the sun, so there is no excuse for this camera not to perform. In fact, on the camera itself, I can see it really clear. And I'm only driving slow anyway. So now I'm going from a bright place to a dark place. So let's see how it handles the kind of shade area. Picking up speed a little bit. There's a car trying to come out, so okay, let's quickly pass them. So you see the blinker light is on. It's a blue Vauxhall. Coming down to a work truck in the front. Now I don't know if we can read number plates or, you know, how clear the photo or picture is until I edit the video. So let's drive forward here. They shouldn't really park so close to the junction. I don't know what they're doing here. But anyway, let's turn right. Today is a nice day, so let's head to the park and have a look. So what we have is our dash cam on at the moment. So it's showing the front screen, but you can also turn it the other way around. So that is the back. And you can have a view and view as well. The cable power is coming from the secret socket, and the rear camera is routed along the trim and all the way to the back of the car. Now, like I mentioned earlier, you can actually do the adjustment on your phone, or you can actually use a touchscreen, and the touchscreen is actually really responsive, and sometimes too responsive. So that's all the clips that is recorded. Yeah, so you can do playback, so on the thing, and then you got all the setting available on fingertip touchscreen as well. I do suggest like using your phone, because that it will be a lot easier as well. While you're in your car, if you have your phone app connected to the camera through the Wi-Fi function, you will have this screen here. So obviously this is the picture of the front camera. You can always change it to full screen. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but when it's recording, it actually shows a lot of information. So you have the options of having timestamp or not, but at the moment I can see, you know, the speed and the coordinate and the time, but you don't have to have that. And this is the rear view, and which is facing direct sunlight, so you know it might not be a very good result. So to download your footage or have a view of your footage, all you need to do is click on the SD card icon, and this is all the video which is recorded in segments of hopefully 5 minutes. Now I'm downloading all the footage so I can edit it to show you guys. And this is so important to have the Wi-Fi in 5G support, because 2.4 gig, so because 2.4 gigahertz is okay in terms of internet access, but to download these amounts of file is a lot of data, and 5G will be a lot faster. Have drive around the town, have a look at the video quality, enjoy the scenery, and don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to my channel. If you find my information useful, put in the comment section, let me know how do you find this camera so far. I mean, obviously the more money you pay, the better quality camera that you will get, but at this price point, there's so many in the market, so I thought that, you know, maybe you guys will find my footage useful, and I always record at 4K if possible. Coming into town, we are a bit overcast now, and actually it's quite cloudy. We have right of way, so we are ready to go first. Pedestrian with the shopping, they know that I'm coming, so I'm slow down for them. This area is really built up. Alright, charity shops, parking. People here are very polite. Different parts of London have different culture, I guess. This part of London is fantastic. Ooh, bus stop. So, this is a little tour around the town. I'm going to do the same round again, but at night time. Is he coming out? Is he parking? Yep, he's coming out. Right, let him come first. Is he parking? Nah, he's just parking. That's okay. Well, today is a Friday, so it's quite a leisure day today. Loads of activity right now. Front and back. Alright, come back at night time. Now driving at night is a different ball game altogether. A lot of dash camera at night time is their worst enemy, because the sensor is so small. The video can become grainy, and sometimes you can't really make out much in terms of number plate. 4K does help a bit, but only if it has enough light to hit the sensor. But we will see. Approaching the town, everything will become a bit brighter. At the moment, the street light is quite sparse. And this is the same routes that I drove this morning, so it will be a good comparison. Approaching the roundabout, I don't have the right of way, so let them go first. Now I can go. Loads of activity again at night time. Both sides fully parked. Turn off the heater. Like I say, you guys be the judge of how good or how bad this camera is. Can you see clearly? I hope so. I don't know yet. Until I edit the video, I won't see it. The bus here. Loads of number plates coming up. They really shouldn't park on the right. Double yellow line. So once you're on your PC, if you download the software according to the instruction, which is DV Player, and then you can actually play the video on your PC, and it also show you the GPS system as well, so you can track where your footage was. And obviously this is quite detailed because you got your speed, miles per hour, coordinate, time and date. So this is actually quite useful. Can zoom in digitally. You can see the map here, my little car going into Station Square. So this is a 4K monitor, and just pause the frame rates so you can see the frame. With enough light, then yeah, you can actually see number plate. That one's quite clear actually. Every time you upload video to YouTube, so first you encode it with your PC and then you upload, you also lose a lot of details on compression. This is raw data from the SD card. So if you're reading your SD card, you got your emergency folder. So this is all the folder. So this is where all the video which is locked if you have an accident. None at the moment. And then you have your normal, front and back. So all the video is separated into two folders, front and back. Now this is a 4K video of 5 minutes, and it's about 600 megabytes. So this is the rear camera, 1080p but on a 4K monitor. Does it catch both left and right? Sharp details or pixel rain, smooth recording or full of pain, looping clips or memories tight. So this will be the end of my video. Thank you for watching the video until the end. This dash camera is going to my friend's car. Yes, you can get a better dash cam, but I guess you will have to pay a lot more. Leave in the comment section, tell me how good or how bad you think this dash cam is. Thank you very much for watching. Can't wait to see you next time with more interesting gadgets. Bye bye. Hit the street, watch Benson's test, don't skip a beat. Dash cams rolling side by side. Watch the vids, then you decide.